Hi, guys. Welcome to training for new offshore workers on the Outer Continental Shelf. This is workplace safety and health orientation. It covers 33 CFR Part 142, subparts A through C. My name is Dexter Thaxton. I'm your safety representative for the company, and I'll be the one taking you through your training today. So subpart A, general overview. This subpart defines general safety and health duties for employers, contractors, and workers on the OCS and ensures all operators or operations are performed safely and workplaces remain free from recognized hazards. So the first one is the purpose. And this will cover 33 CFR 142.1, promotes workplace safety and health by setting standards for personnel, workplace conditions, and equipment on the OCS. Safety is our number one priority, guys, within the company. Keep that in mind each and every day as you do your daily job functions. And, as always, if you need anything at all, please reach out. So going on, duties of lessees, permittees, and operators. This covers 33 CFR 142.4. Lessees and permittees maintain safe workplaces within OCS lease and permit areas, ensure compliance with safety and health regulations, and keep sites free from recognized hazards. Operators, contractors, subcontractors ensure operations under their control meet the same safety and health regulations under this part, and then recognize hazards known in the industry to cause or likely cause serious harm or death, and then routinely controlled through standard industry practices. The next one is reports of unsafe working conditions. This covers 33 CFR 142.7. There is a part A, B, and C to this. So reporting. Any person may report unsafe or hazardous conditions or possible violations. Reports are made to the officer in charge of marine inspection, the OCMI, as we refer to it. Part B, action by the OCMI. Reviews and investigates reports, notifies owner-operators of hazards and deficiencies, and initiates enforcement measures as necessary. And then the last one, number C, confidentiality. The reporter's identity is protected and shared only with authorized Department of Transportation officials. Listen, guys, being a part of this company, safety is our number one priority. If there's something unsafe or hazardous, report it. Let somebody know what's going on, and then take ownership of the situation. Let's get it fixed. So now we'll move into subpart B. This is personal protective equipment, or PPE. This subpart establishes requirements for using and maintaining personal protective equipment to safeguard offshore workers from workplace hazards. So, purpose and applicability. 33 CFR 142.21. This subpart prescribes requirements concerning personnel protection on OCS facilities. So the use of that equipment, that it goes through 33 CFR 142.24. There's a Part A and a Part B. So lessees, permittees must ensure all personnel within the lease or permit area use or wear required personal protective equipment as specified by the permit. And then B, operators and contractors must ensure all workers properly use PPE during operations under their control. PPE is our first line of defense, guys. Remember this as you go throughout your time and your days here with us. Whether it be safety glasses, whether it be your protective clothing, whether it be your footwear, whether it be your hard hat. All of this goes to ensuring your safety, your productivity, and making sure you can go home each and every night. So the first one is eye and face protection, and that'll cover 33 CFR 142.27. When required, personnel engaged in or observing following must wear proper eye and face protection per ANSI Z87.1 Figure 8. So welding, grinding, machining, chipping, or handling hazardous materials, acetylene burning, or cutting. Maintenance of this. Eye and face protectors must be kept in good condition. Identification. Each protector must be marked with ANSI Z87.1 for its type. So eye and face protection. You only get one set of eyes. You only get one face. So take care of it. Make sure your equipment is as designed and in good shape. If it's not, please contact myself or one of our safety representatives and we'll get it replaced for you. So we'll go into head protection. That covers 33 CFR 142.30. When required, must wear head protection meeting Z89.1 ANSI specifications for personnel in areas with risks of falling objects or contact electrical conductors for specific hazard. Identification. Again, each head protector must be marked with information required by ANSI Z89.1, including the type and hazard classification. Again, guys, you only get one head. You only get one brain. Let's protect it. You know, your hard hat is one of those vital pieces of PPE. I think that's a 101 for us. Keep it on your head. Make sure it's in good condition. It is going to protect you. So let's go into foot protection. 33 CFR 142.33. Personnel must wear protective footwear meeting ANSI Z41 standards when working in areas with reasonable risk of foot injury. Exception: when environmental conditions create a greater hazard than footwear is designed to protect against. And then identification: each pair of footwear must be marked with ANSI Z41 for its type and protection level. Again, guys, your feet are your mode of transportation. While you're offshore on our vessels or our platforms, keep in mind you want to be comfortable and you want to stay dry. So make sure your feet's protected. Make sure you get a pair of boots that meet the standard per ANSI Z41, and make sure you get a pair that's comfortable. If you have any questions about boot types or what goes best, what people think are best, reach out to me and I'll be able to help you with that. Next is protective clothing. That covers 33 CFR 142.36. So when required to ensure protection against specific hazards present in the work environment. Personnel exposed to any of the following must wear appropriate clothing and gloves: flying particles, molten metal, radiant energy, heavy dust, and hazardous materials. So respiratory protection, 33 CFR 142.39. Personnel working in atmospheres covered by ANSI Z88.2 must wear a specified type of respiratory protection for that environment. So before entry, responsible persons, as defined in 142.4, must ensure that personnel select and fit test respirators according to Section 6 of ANSI Z88.2. You're trained per Section 7 of ANSI Z88.2, including proper use of equipment, hazards, and health effects of exposure. And then standards is all respiratory protection equipment must be approved, used, and maintained in accordance with ANSI Z88.2. Listen, guys, I've seen this firsthand. I worked in the coal industry for a lot of years, and that dust exposure is something that was real. As you work in the offshore oil and gas industry, you'll be exposed to some real respiratory issues. Make sure that you wear this respirator. Years down the road, you want to be able to participate. You want to be able to work. You want to be able to take part in the leisurely activities that you like, and you want to be able to take part and enjoy time with your families. That's all part of this. The respirators are required and provided. If they're not in good shape, please come talk to me and we'll get that corrected. And if you don't have one, come see me and we'll get it for you. So please keep that in mind as you go throughout your time here with the company. Next one is safety belts and lifelines. This covers 33 CFR 142.42. When required, people working where there is a risk of falling 10 feet or more must wear a safety belt or harness. That belt or harness must be secured to a lanyard and to a lifeline, drop line, or fixed anchorage. The exception to this is when you're moving between locations. And the standards of this: all safety belts, harnesses, lanyards, lifelines, and drop lines must meet ANSI 810.14 specifications. Keep yourself in a good spot, guys. There's people that fall off 4-foot safety or step ladders and break a leg, break an ankle, break a foot. Once you get above 10 feet, I think the percentage of, injury drastically increases. As per being on our vessels and our platforms, we have different heights and different levels that we work on. So this safety harness and lifelines, safety belts, lifelines are provided to you. They are required when you're above the 10-foot area. So keep that in mind. Next one is personal flotation devices. This is covered under 33 CFR 142.45. When required, personnel working where a fall could result in entering water must wear either a work vest, that meets 33 CFR 146.20, or a life preserver meeting 46 CFR 160.002, 160.005, or 160.055. There's an exception to this. When safety belts and lifelines, as required by 142.42, are being properly used, flotation devices are not required. So what's the purpose of this? It's to ensure drowning protection for workers at risk of water exposure due to falls. Guys, we're working in primarily the Gulf of America. We're working on offshore oil and gas platforms and vessels. I think this risk is always there. Again, this is a 101 for you to make sure that you're protected and to make sure that you come home safely every night. Next is eye wash equipment. This is covered under 33 CFR 142.48. Portable or fixed eye wash equipment providing emergency relief must be immediately available near the drill floor, mudrooms, and other areas where there is a reasonable probability that eye injury may occur. You know, as you guys are walking across the platform or on the vessel, you see an eye wash station. Please make sure that it is in good operating condition. It's not covered up, it's not blocked, it is easily accessible. This is what you guys need. It is an essential function. You don't have a hospital that is remotely close. We are working offshore. So if you get something in your eyes, even with you wearing PPE, this eye wash station could be critical. Now we'll go into subpart C, general workplace conditions. So purpose and applicability, 33 CFR 142.81. Prescribes requirements relating to general working conditions on OCS facilities. First one is housekeeping, 33 CFR 142.84. All staging platforms, ramps, stairways, and walkways, they need to be kept clear of unused tools and materials, and they need to be promptly cleaned of any substances that could cause tripping or slipping hazards. There is a special provision to this, drill floor operations. When spillage of drilling fluid is unavoidable, such as pulling wet drill pipe, workers may use slip-resistant footwear or flooring instead of keeping the floor completely dry. Housekeeping is 101, guys. It goes for both perception and safety. You know, the perception of it is if you're going to keep a nice, neat, clean work area, you're doing your work. The other side of that is if it is clean, you remove potential hazards to keep yourself safe. So do your part. If you see it, own it. The next one is guarding of deck openings. That it covers 33 CFR 142.87. You know, openings in decks accessible to personnel must be covered, guarded, or otherwise made inaccessible when not in use. The manner of blockage shall prevent a person's foot or body from inadvertently passing through the opening. Guys, we work on platforms, we work on vessels. They each have multiple floors. They all have deck openings. Please make sure that they're covered. You know, we're a 24-hour day operation. We work around the clock. The last thing you want to be doing is working on a night shift and this happened to you, that you fall through a hole because the guarding wasn't properly put there. Again, if you see it, you own it. I think the last one here is lockout and tag out. This covers 33 CFR 142.90. Deactivation during work. Make sure equipment powered by an external source is locked out, disconnected, and deactivating when repair work is being performed. If a lockout provision does not exist, it must be disconnected from the power source or otherwise deactivated. The exceptions, if work requires the equipment to remain powered, it must stay connected. So section B is devices. If the equipment includes a lockout or other safety device, it must be engaged during maintenance unless activation is necessary for the task. Tagging requirements. Warning tags must be placed at the connection point and at the control panel. It must indicate that the equipment is under maintenance, the power source is disconnected, deactivated, and it must not be reconnected or reactivated. And then part D is tag removal. Tags can only be removed by the person that placed them, their immediate supervisor, or their designated relief. So as I said, guys, that's all I got today. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the company. I hope this safety information and orientation was useful to you. as you go throughout your time here at the company. If you have any questions, issues, concerns, please reach out to me. Again, my name is Dexter, and glad to meet all you guys and welcome aboard.